of Dead by Daylight. Today's game is with the Pig, a stealth killer who can put reverse bear traps on survivors in order to slow down the game. But first, a quick explanation of my character and perks. If you already know all this, and you want to jump straight into the action, feel free to skip ahead. Timestamps are in the comments. The Pig has two primary powers. The first is that she can crouch at any point, removing her terror radius and giving her access to an ambush, which gives her a lunging attack with a large burst of speed. Her second is the ability to place reverse bear traps on downed victims' heads. These traps do nothing until a generator is completed, and at that point they become active. The trapped survivor then has a limited amount of time to remove the trap. If they don't... What makes the Pig so unique is the fact that her traps make her one of the few killers in Dead by Daylight to have true slowdown as part of her base kit. Because of this, our build needs very little slowdown. Our build is going to be focused around an underrated gem, Hex, Blood Favor. Each map has 5 unlit totems on it by default. Each Hex perk a killer brings will light one totem, and survivors can remove that perk by destroying that totem. Blood Favor causes each hit done by the killer to block pallets around that killer from being dropped for a short duration. The range is quite large, so you'll find that as long as the totem remains lit, getting hits will make follow-up hits much easier, and pallet saves impossible. Unlike some perks, any loss of life will trigger it, including the Pig's ambush attack. To help protect our Blood Favor, we have Hex Undying. The first totem survivors cleanse will always be undying. With Hex perks, which totem lights is random, and you'll sometimes have totems in open, obvious areas. Undying forces survivors to cleanse 2 totems to get rid of your perks, and hopefully one of those will be in a hard-to-find spot. To help with finding survivors, we have Discordance. Discordance shows us which generator is being worked on by 2 or more survivors. This info perk is not only very useful at the start of the game, when survivors commonly group up, but also good whenever survivors feel pressure enough to work on a generator together, which is often the generators you want to protect the most. Discordance is also one of the few counterplays against the survivor anti-info perk Distortion, which is becoming more and more common. Our final perk is Corrupt Intervention. This perk blocks the furthest 3 generators from the killer's spawn position for either 2 minutes or until we down a survivor. Because the Pig's ability to slow down the game is reliant on getting these downs, Corrupt Intervention helps slow down the game long enough for our traps to work. Our add-ons are simple ones that make our ambushes stronger. The Pig's ambushes are very strong, and using them correctly in loops is the key to getting quick downs. As an additional note, there are a number of add-ons for the Pig that give status effects to trapped survivors. As a general rule, don't use these without a specific plan in mind. If you're in a chase with a trapped survivor, you aren't getting any slowdown from their trap. And if you aren't chasing a trapped survivor, these status effects are generally useless. Will our survivors find the will to live? Or is it game over? Let's find out. Gas 7, one of the old maps of the game. It's funny, people used to complain about this map all the time. But now, all the maps released nowadays, they're so bad compared to all the old ones. Oh well. Okay, now from the start, the survivors are probably going to spawn in this main area here, where the Corrupt Intervention was. But I'm going to check my totem real quick, just to make sure there's nobody on it. I'm going to keep moving. So the totem spawn is a pretty bad one there. Oh, and this one's bad too, in the main building. Yeah, very real chance my Hex perks are gone before I can use them. Yeah, there's nobody here. And this Corrupt Intervention spawn was pretty good too. So the 3 gens in that one corner are down. Oh, that's some good Discordance information. Now I'm crouched right now. Oh, well, there goes my first totem. I'm crouched right now, so hopefully I can get a sneak attack on these guys on the gen. Ooh, look at that. Blood Favor's already doing work. Oh, and I locked this pallet down too. Yeah, you got nowhere to go. What a shame. Give you a nice little hat here. And I think you're going to go right in our basement. Thanks for the free hit, Nia. Okay, so we know the Nia's right over here. Somewhere over here. Okay, I don't know where she went. She might be running off the hill somewhere. I really can't waste too much time here in this corner. I think I gotta move on. If they get the unhook, they get it. Yeah, she was healing. Let me get another Discordance proc. Okay, so I don't know where she was, but she did get the unhook down there, but that's okay. Now you'll notice here that I'm not actually using my ambush attack. Ironically, the ambush attack is pretty terrible for ambushes, since you make a very loud roar, and you won't be able to surprise anybody with it. Instead, it's very good for chases. Now surprisingly, those two survivors are working on the generator right next to that totem, and they are not touching it. So I don't know if they didn't see it, or if they just don't think it's a big deal. And this Nia, I don't know what she's doing. She's not playing any of these pallets. So a nice quick down is for her. And a hat. I think I'm throwing a party with all these party hats. Okay, let's head back to that main area there. We can keep a lot of pressure on that generator, and at the same time keep pressure on that totem in case they decide to do it. Now for pigs, a lot of pigs will either crouch all the time or rarely at all. I tend to do it in order to just get a little bit of extra ground on my survivors. But if the survivors know that you're chasing them, it doesn't do you too much good to be crouched since you move so slowly. I have a feeling too that this survivor knows that I'm chasing them, so it's probably best for me to stand up. Let's get a little bit closer first though, just in case. There she is, all the way over there. You know what? Sorry, bud. I gotta put you on the hook. I try not to go too much for survivors who have traps on their heads, but I will take a free down when it is given to me. I'll fake going one way to trick her into walking into me. That was a nice flashbang she just wasted. And that pallet is blocked, so she's forced to move on. This one is not blocked, but with my ambush, I could easily have taken my ambush in either direction, depending on if she vaulted or not. That's why her ambush is so strong. But what are you doing here? Why are you still here after I downed you? There's a bunch of boxes that he could have tried to get his trap off at. I don't know why he's staying by the one where he knows I am. Now I know it's probably a bad idea, but I really don't want to hook this guy right now. I kind of feel bad for him. Now there's somebody. Ooh. They recently buffed the pig, and that you can just tell with that extra speed. It's so good. And Bloodfavor is putting in some huge work right here, locking down that pallet right behind us. Oh, well, there goes Bloodfavor. That loud sound you heard, of course, was the totem breaking. Okay, I'll give you my last party hat. Now I'm going to put him on a hook. And, okay, Vittorio's up. And his trap is active since they did a gen. Now I'm going to hope this guy isn't dumb enough to still be on the same box. But if he is, You know, I gave him more than enough chances. Oh, good dead hard though. I was kind of pinning for an absolute noob. Oh, and he runs too. Okay. I really hate getting someone out of the game too early though. You know what? Screw it. He has a trap on his head already, too. A little surprising he's not trying to take it off. Also, this guy's the silliest groans when you're carrying him. Hey, see? Very loud. Okay, now I don't know where this last survivor went. My gut instinct is that she did not go far, though. Okay, there's a little bit of progress here. Not a ton. Well, let me check this gen real quick. Let me give it a quick kick. And get Blast Mind, of course. Man, I swear I am like a magnet for these stupid Blast Mines. Oh, perfect. These kind of loops here are the perfect ones to use the pig's power. Survivors basically have a 50-50 whether or not they're able to dodge it. Unfortunately, this guy slow vaulted by accident. Alright, well, you're out of the game. Sorry. Look, I can't be all that nice, okay? Okay, I don't see anybody over here. Maybe if I just be a little sneaky for a moment. Yeah, let's head back. See, as you can see, the stealth works very well for me, so I'm able to get so close to get these first hits in. I'm going to move to the center of this pallet and use an ambush, cutting off which way she can go. Ooh, can I hit her? Oh, man. See, you never would have hit an attack like that back before they buffed the pig. What a nice buff. She needed it, too. And up you go. Okay, that gen's done. I don't really care about it. It's off in the corner. This still has a ton of progress on it. I'm going to unstealth here and just get back to the hook as fast as possible. With 3 survivors left and only 2 gens, I want to end this game as fast as possible. Oh, you're teabagging me, huh? Look, just because I went easy on you earlier doesn't mean I'm not about to kill you. And guess what? I can teabag too. Here's a lesson. Don't mistake somebody's kindness for weakness. Okay, perfect. Here's some blood. When there's 2 survivors left, it often turns into a game of hide and seek. And that's probably Dead by Daylight at its worst. Well, you got the gen done. Good job. Now, I'm actually going to leave her on the ground. I don't think she's going to crawl very far, and I don't want to try to hunt down this last survivor. Let's see if I can down her and hook her pretty quickly. Not back there. She got me with the head on. You know, I think she's a real winner in this match. Not sure where she's taking me, though. Oh, she's taking me to her friend. How nice. Okay, now I'm going to take her to this farther away hook. There's a hook close by, but I want to make sure I can hook both survivors. Saving a close hook is a good way to guarantee that. And there we go. Nice little pig game. Pig feels so much better after they buffed her lunge range. I'm so happy with that. Hex Blood Favor helped us out tremendously, and our results in that match are pretty typical, where the effect of our Hex was strong, but the first Hex totem was broken almost immediately. This happens since survivors often spawn next to a Hex totem. With Undying, you're much more likely to take advantage of that Hex, but you'll have to decide for yourself if increasing the survivability of your totem is worth spending the extra perk slot. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the game.